Hello, I'm Elise Reece and I'm the Curriculum Manager for Science at AQA. I'm going to tell you about the equation sheets that we'll be providing for the physics exams this summer and some small changes we're making to the questions involving equations. This summer, GCSE Physics and GCSE Combined Science students will be provided with an insert showing all the physics equations listed in the appendix of the specification. There are separate sheets for GCSE Physics and GCSE Combined Science, as there are a number of equations that are only for GCSE Physics. This insert is available on the exam changes page of our website, so you can use it in school now with your students. This will help them become familiar with the layout and the presentation of the equations. This is a two-sided sheet, so make sure you print it out like this, so students remember to turn the sheet over in their exams. As always, students can write the equation as word equations or as symbol equations, but if they use the symbols, they need to use the correct symbols as shown on the list. The equations in biology and chemistry won't be listed, so students will still need to recall these equations. Although students have been given the sheet of equations to help them recall them, students will still need to know how to rearrange equations, substitute numbers into them, and perform the calculations. Students may still have to do unit conversions to ensure the values are correct, use standard form, and express their answers to a specified number of significant figures. We've made a number of small amendments to the stem of some of the physics equations, prompting students to refer to the equation sheet in case they forget. These prompts will depend on the level of demand of the questions. At low demand, we always give the students the equation as part of the question, so there won't be a prompt, as this might confuse them. At standard demand, there's always two parts to the equation. The first part assessing recall, and the second part assessing application. In these questions, students will see a prompt. Use the physics equations sheet to answer. For the first part, they just need to look up the correct equation on the equation sheet and copy it onto the answer line. They don't need to rearrange the equation so that it appears like it does in the stem of the question. This is because in the question, the variables that make up the equation are written in alphabetical order. For the second part of the question, the students use the equation they've written down from the previous question to calculate their answer. For all high demand questions, students will see the prompt, use the physics equation sheet. As with standard demand questions, students will still have to substitute the numbers into the equation, and rearrangement may be required, along with possible unit conversions, using standard form, and expressing answers to a specified number of significant figures. As always, we strongly recommend that students show all their working out in the calculation questions. This is so the examiner can see exactly what they've done and award any compensatory marks that may be appropriate, even if their final answer isn't right. At AQA, we know how much teaching and learning has been disrupted by the COVID pandemic. And we also know that this summer will be the first time that most students will have taken any formal exams. So we're here to support you in every step of the way. You can contact our team anytime at GCSE Science at aqa.org.uk or A-Level Science at aqa.org.uk. There's a full summary of all these changes on our website, along with lots of other information and support to help you this summer.